Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater. This is Johnny playing Jorus Glave.
My name is Aaron, and I am playing Brother Benedict.
My name is Jeff, and I'm playing Demetrius Norden.
I'm Jordan. I'm the game master.
And this is Jeremy playing Grayson. Oh no, nobody knows me, Digby.
That's a horrible feeling when you transfer to a new high school and just nobody knows you on the first day.
Yeah.
It's
Or
a
if
little
you-
bit worse.
Or if you transfer to a new reality and nobody knows you.
Parallel universes.
You know, the funny thing was, my wife and I were talking about the Deep Space Nine Mirror Universe episodes
Yes.
when we were walking out the door this morning.
They had a lot of those in that series.
They had at least one per season, and they typically were not that good.
Although the Stargate Mirror Universe episodes were fantastic.
Yes. All right. So when we left off, you were trying to lure Liverich to a chapel where you could have a conversation and try and find out more information about the key.
And he foolishly tried to ambush us like we wouldn't expect it.
Well, he can't believe the stupidity of sending him a note saying, "Please play nice." So you managed to magic a guard into giving up the information as to where Liverich is. So you all plan to go there now to the St. Aldrich's Cathedral?
Well, that's what we were discussing is can we do it without being accosted?
At least to scope it out.
Well,
Demetrius
scoping it out.
didn't figure out a way to do that from his streetwise.
Do we know why Liverich keeps being repelled at the Purple Dome?
That would be good information to have as well.
We barely know that he's trying to besiege it, so we have no idea what's happening there at all.
What only thing we do know is what we overheard briefly when we opened the door into their conversation. Something along the lines of, it's impenetrable.
Okay.
Obviously, the key is a higher priority than Liverich, but where the key might be.
Are we actually in character having this discussion right now?
Well, I would assume we would get somewhere where they won't find us first.
Well, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we have not left our hiding spot yet.
Well, Grayson did say it was time to leave.
Yeah.
Yes.
You did.
Do we know where we're going to yet?
Wow.
Or where are we
The
going?
thought Grayson had was to go to the cathedral, since we know that Liverich is there, and that's who we want to talk to.
But along
But
those
we
same
didn't do that
lines,
safely.
he's going to be there, surrounded by guards.
Do I know how to get to
I mean, he's
my
taking the
shop
army there.
without being in a dangerous area?
Go ahead and make a street rise.
No.
No.
Oh my god.
Well, I forgot how to get to my shop.
Because we're in a parallel universe. You don't
Your
have a
shop forgot you.
Yeah, I will go ahead and allow you to know how to get to your shop on the regular way, just not the sneaky way.
I don't care. Is there a way you can cast invisibility on all of us?
Yes, but Grayson would never do that.
You're still trying to pretend that you're not magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, I suspect, but haven't proven it.
right.
All right. Well, I'm going to send Aracha to just fly over and see if he spies Liverich and how much of an army he has with him.
All right, so your bird will need to roll notice.
Okay.
A wit of TV.
That's as smart as the guards.
Yeah.
The guards are as dumb as a bird.
But he does have good eyesight, so I rolled a 7.
So did they. We'll say that it cancels out. When Aracha is approaching the cathedral, like there's like a main entrance where it would be, and there was a square that was
In front.
in front of it, and so it cuts it off where there's the road leading from the square to the church, but you can still see that there's There's actually about the same amount of guards there with Liverich as there was looking for you all, which is about 30 guards.
Okay.
So he's very well protected, but there's also an odd figure that it looks like they're talking with. It looks like the body of a human and the head of a goat.
The army Liverich is talking with, or the army's talking with?
Liverich is talking with this guy. He's yelling and he looks rather incensed. Liverich. The Goatman, cool as a cucumber. And Aracha flies back in, informs you of the meeting of Liverich and the Goatman. It's a new band that's coming out.
It's also the title of this episode.
Liverich and the Goatman.
Quick question for the GM.
Yes.
What did we decide about shape changing into a smaller form?
Last time we allowed it with no scale differentiation. I meant to look up scale in the Open G6 rulebooks, but I didn't have an opportunity to. So we'll just go ahead and go with that for right now.
Okay.
It seems like its scale only works going up. That's the way
many
the
sixes.
Yeah, the
phrase.
rulebook is written, which just doesn't make sense because I would imagine that if you're smaller,
I'm just really, really dense.
yeah. Well, I mean, you think about the atom. He shrinks down to tiny size and has no consequences.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining it works with the same hand weightium.
Yeah.
But my concern is like from a mechanical standpoint, I would think something that's smaller is actually harder to hit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
But there's only so much you can do because you can only do whatever shape you take over.
Right.
Like scurry and crawl.
Exactly.
Or fly.
Well, then I want to get close to the chapel, not go to where Liverich can find us.
You mean the cathedral?
Yeah, the
We
cathedral.
were
Yeah,
just
we're
at
at the
the
chapel. Yes, to the cathedral.
Get your religious buildings straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have
Well,
complete
before then,
no
let's stop
respect
at the
for.
temple. And
And then go to the tabernacle.
On the way, you might swing by the convent. And...
Yes.
Oh. All right. So yeah, I want to get near to the cathedral,
Okay.
but not obviously where Liverich and his guards would see us.
Okay.
I just want to get close enough that when I turn into a mouse, I can go over there, and
Okay.
they won't suspect anything except for it's a mouse scurrying along the road.
You don't have streetwise, you said, correct?
Correct, I do not.
So go ahead and make me a wit roll. I think it's under wit.
It's under charm.
Charm. Okay.
Had to be under charm.
are we all going together? Or are you just going?
That's up to you all.
Because Grayson wants to go there. So
Yeah, at this point, we gotta get moving.
Yep.
I rolled a 4.
14.
14.
9 for
Nine.
Benedict.
18.
18.
I'm very uncharming.
So we'll say that Demetrius and Grayson are able to figure out a way to get through the...
Step where I step, walk where I walk. Don't run out into the street.
Can I see what he's doing?
Yes, you all can...
We're following.
Okay, so we are following them.
We are following them.
Okay.
Benedict and Jorus are following Grayson and Demetrius.
Okay. Making sure we weren't going to be left behind.
No, you sit there and you just fold your hands and you're like, okay, what'll happen to me now?
All right, now I want to try to change into a rodent.
You tried this once already.
I
and it
did, and I
failed.
failed. But I was also rolling terribly last game.
What's your target number?
15.
You're not rolling very well this time. So
That last roll was... When we were hiding, I was rolling very well.
You got it.
15, 21,
22.
22, yeah. So, yes.
All right, you turn into a mouse, like right in front of everybody.
Oh my... What happened?
A mouse! Crush it! Crush it! No kidding.
Benedict
Kidding.
stomps on the mouse.
And Jorus is dead.
Joyce is dead.
So, I want to
Now's
go...
our chance!
Die, upstart!
Alright, I want to go over and see if I can overhear what they're talking about.
Okay.
Being a mouse, I won't go out in the open. I would stay close to walls and stuff like that.
So you hear Liverich going, No, I do not believe that Her Majesty would ever cede authority over this kingdom to some agency called the Banshee. And the Goatman says, I assure you it's true. The ambassador would not lie to an esteemed member of society such as yourself. I don't believe it at all. Guards, try and shoot him. And a few arrows fly through the air and just harmlessly just bounce off of what looks like a shield around.
Are we close enough for the rest of us to see what's going on?
Yes, but it's kind of hard to because the crowd is in between.
So we can see that
The arrows apply.
something is going
Yes.
on.
Is Goatman standing outside of the dome or inside of the dome?
Outside of the dome.
What does Goatman do after he's shot at?
That's a good question. Target number 15.
This is target number 15.
There's a lot of 15 target numbers.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. He got 15.
Yep.
Is there any modifiers to that 15?
Nope.
Okay.
Just checking.
The goat
Hold on.
the goat swivels his head and looks directly at you with one of their creepy, cross-eyed, like their crossbar eyes, and says, "There is a magic user here. I did not know that you have magic users amongst you, Liverich."
I just keep
Glad
scurrying
Grayson
along.
is not there.
Can we hear?
Oh gosh.
No, you all can't hear.
Grayson would have peed his pants again.
I scurry along like just a mouse running away.
All right, let us see something here. This might be fun.
Just trying to kill another of my characters.
Am I, or am I just taking advantage of your own actions?
Both.
Both. You're taking advantage of my actions to kill me.
Okay, so you get to resist now.
Okay.
Charm. You get to resist with charm.
Can we?
Well, no.
He gets to resist with a mouse's charm.
Yes.
cheap. So that's one die?
Mm-hmm.
Mice are charming, right?
Probably.
Mickey is. Mickey has 6D in charm.
Done and done.
We can see him
There's a
look
crowd.
over to where.
But there's a crowd.
Yes.
Can we see his head turn
Yes. Oh,
the direction he went?
you can't. Actually, we'll make it a little easier. He's about 6.5 feet tall, so he's easy to see over the majority of the crowd.
But we don't see what he's looking at.
No.
We can't hear
You
anything.
Or we can't tell.
Yeah,
what
you just
he's
see
saying.
that he's like.
Does Liverich say anything in return to what he just said?
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There are no magic users amongst the guard.
Not amongst the guard.
That's all who he thinks are
Yes.
there.
I was just thinking maybe he was talking to the crowd and
So, for ESP,
ESP is
it's
15 plus
the
resist.
Resist.
Oh,
Which- the
God.
resist-
So it would be against my wit.
no, it would be against a charm roll.
It's resisted against charm.
Resisted charm.
Oh, it does say charm, yeah.
So go ahead and make me a charm roll.
Okay, well, it's still my charm, not the mouse's charm.
That's correct.
10.
Oh
Okay.
gosh, but with he's like 10 dice.
I know.
5. And you succeed.
Wow.
7, 8, 9, 12.
12. It's 15 plus.
Yeah.
But yes, when he says that, I just make sure I scurry back along out of sight,
Yep.
and I'll go around the crowd.
How long does it take you to cross? Because
Mice are pretty fast. I mean, I'm not going way out of the way, but I just don't want to get stepped on. Yeah. I don't want to walk in the middle of the crowd and get stepped on,
right.
you know?
We'll say it takes you about 5 minutes to
Yeah.
get back.
5 minutes. Wow.
I mean,
Big crowd.
it's a crowd of at least 30 guards,
And
a goat
spectators.
man, Liverich, some spectators, packed into a rather large square.
Okay.
And my legs are only this long.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So yes, when I am close enough to them, I'll go ahead and
Okay,
unmousify.
unmouse, demouse. It's like
Yes.
delousing, but
Demousing. Demousing? Demousing.
so, Brother Benedict, what's your reaction to this man who can shrink down to the size of a mouse and then re-expand back?
Actually, I don't think Benedict is going to be that surprised.
Really?
He spent a lot of time reading religious texts,
Mhm.
and so he understands that there are things that he does not know in the world. He's shocked that one of his companions can do that.
Does he see it as a sign of holiness?
No, because same thing in Scripture. There are not just holy men who have done miraculous acts. There are also unholy people who have done the same.
So, does it influence you one way or the other towards good or bad?
I think Benedict would be a little bit more wary.
Then you don't think I'm evil.
No,
Not yet.
it's not a sign of burn the witch, because multiple things influence. The experience with the text. Benedict isn't like, he knows how little he knows about the world, and so he doesn't know people. So he says, I am astounded, Jorus. You have usefulness.
Make a charm roll. Go ahead and oppose that with wit.
Wait, oppose the charm with wit?
You're insulting me. I'm not that insulted, honestly, because I know they don't think highly of me.
And
14.
8.
So you're impervious to what he
Yes.
says.
Well, he didn't mean it as an insult.
No.
Yeah. He just...
It just came across as one.
Yeah.
Grayson chuckles.
Yeah, George just kind of like a little scowl, but he usually has a scowl on his face, so.
Well, Demetrius would have no idea that that was even possible, so he'd be like, what just happened?
There's a thing called magic, and some people can use it.
No,
I knew a lot of people that could use it. Hence, how do you think we got that big shipment of wagon wheels into your shop that one time?
It was just there.
That's what that was? I never looked in it. I learned my lesson.
The box was bigger than could fit through the doorway.
I didn't know that he could turn into a rodent. I didn't know that was possible.
Or maybe he's a rodent turning into a human.
Well, that's even
Now
more
you are
disturbing.
insulting me.
That would be even more disturbing.
Anyways, I relayed to them what I overheard. So Liverich has not betrayed the queen. I also had to get out of there quickly.
So we definitely need to talk to Liverich.
Yes.
And
So Goatface could tell you were there.
Yes, he can tell I was there, which doesn't surprise me. He is Fae. They do have the ability to detect magic at will.
Well, if he's here, then we can get into the palace easily.
Well, we could just go wait outside his chamber.
No, I'm saying look for more clues on how to find the key.
You know, if we really want to talk to Liverich, why don't we just get arrested?
Because we don't want to be thrown in the dungeon before he talks to us.
Why not, if he's going to talk to us?
Because he doesn't want to believe us. We've already attempted to talk to him before.
We didn't,
Remember they locked us in the room there and they wanted to throw us in the dungeon then?
we hadn't talked to Adrian Marr yet. Maybe he can help convince.
Perhaps.
Did Adrian go with us?
No, it's daytime. It's a little too risky for him to be wandering around.
Beak Face doesn't want to be seen.
well, we need to talk to Liverich, and soon.
Yes.
So we need to figure out a way to do that quickly. We could.
The
Well,
quickest way
no.
is to be arrested. However,
Grayson sees Benedict pointing to where Liverich is standing. It's like, no, not that quickly. He's around the Bevenchi.
Fair enough. So we wait for the Bevenchi to leave, and then we
Or most likely, Liverich will leave.
follow it.
well, yes. All back to the palace. Arrested by the guard.
I don't like the part about being arrested.
That's the thing. We will be arrested on sight.
How well do the guards at the palace know you?
Well,
Anymore?
Well, yeah. The guards that are there now, who knows? Some of them know me, some of them don't. But would they recognize all of us from the posters?
I will go as a messenger. I will be arrested and speak to Liverich myself. Whatever message needs to be passed, I will pass.
What does everyone else think of this?
I think if he's going to
I think
be
he's-
arrested and pass on the message that we do want to speak to Liverich, I trust Brother Benedict here to relay whatever message needs to be relayed.
I have a very good memory.
However, all of our minds combined can help interpret what Liverich tells us.
I think that he is our best fighter, and we don't want to lose our best fighter. Personal opinion. I know I'm not good in a fight with weapons involved, anyways.
Should Mike do a nice clockwork bomb to defuse at some point.
I'd be okay with that.
So you're against it?
I'm just throwing my 2 cents out there.
Your 2 farthing.
My 2 farthings. And then that jerk.
Tell Liverich that we want to speak to him, and we think we know where the queen is, and we have information that Walsham was working on.
Okay, let's wait for Liverich to leave. We don't have any other options at this point, other than all of us getting arrested, and we may sit in jail for a long time.
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
I will do what must be done.
All right, so shortly thereafter, those of you who are watching the crowd will see the Goatman just disappear.
He just poofed away.
Not surprising.
Faye.
That's all the explanation you need right there.
I'm just relating what I saw.
Seeing that, does Liverich look like he's preparing to leave?
Liverich actually stands there and screams at the
dome.
dome for a few more minutes, and then when he's finished venting his spleen, he'll turn around and even from so far of a distance away, you can see that his face is pretty beet red as he storms off. He pushes his way through the guards.
On seeing that, Grayson's going to turn and say, "Well, you know the plan. I have another matter to attend to. Where are we going to meet up?"
7 stars.
7 stars. And Grayson turns and cuts down the alley.
Okay.
He's going to duck behind a corner.
Okay.
And attempt to go invisible.
Okay. Target number?
47.
27.
Such a hard one.
When he does it, though, it works out well for him.
Yes, it does.
Oh, no!
I'm going to call that a not 27.
Yeah.
It's not 27. That is 15.
That's a lot.
That's only 2 hero
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
How badly do you want that in?
I badly want it.
Okay. Follow
So
you.
I'm dropping 2 hero points on it.
Okay, sounds good.
And then he's going to come right back around the corner and just wait for Benedict to follow.
So, you understand the message you are
Liverich.
relaying, correct?
Yeah, Liverich.
Bring more pie.
So what is the message? We wish to speak to him.
We wish to speak
We
to
know
him.
where the queen is.
Well, we suspect we know where the queen is.
We think we know where the queen
Yes.
is. And
We have information that Walsham left for us.
we believe so. Okay. So Benedict hands you his staff, Demetrius.
Thank you.
Reaches into his bag and pulls out his prayer book, his holy book, and with hands up,
His Riemann prayer book.
Yes, his Riemann prayer book.
Oh.
with hands up,
But you can't tell the difference from the outside.
or from most of the inside, approaches Liverich.
Okay.
Does he notice me?
Not at first.
Lord Liverich, I'm turning myself in. I have a message for you.
I quickly find a hiding spot.
Okay, go ahead and roll to do that. I'm going to say that's probably an athletics roll.
That's agility. Athletics, but the same thing.
Oh.
I'm going to do the same.
No, you're not going to do the same.
You're gonna do
You're
better.
going to do
You're gonna
better.
do much better.
Is it athletics or sneak?
For you, if you have it, it's
sneak
I have sneak.
or stealth. That's much better.
Not much.
Yo, much.
Much. I rolled a 5, Jeff.
10, 12.
That's much.
You managed to find an alley to duck into.
I tripped.
And while he turns around, he's going, nope, no, no. His foot catches on a cobblestone. And he goes plant down right behind Brother Benedict. We'll see if he notices the falling, all the information here.
Because there's a lot going on. He's
Yes.
peeved off, and I'm yelling at him that come arrest me.
We'll say it's a wit shot still. 13.
Watch him be like, I have no idea who you are. Get out of here.
That'd be mean. No, he notices you.
Okay.
And he's like, You gigantic bumbling buffoon!
Yes, I'm turning myself in. Can I speak to you on the way back to the dungeon?
No! If you say another word to me, your tongue will be removed. Guards, grab that one too.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
You're just going to turn into a mouse again, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
There's no way I can dodge them grabbing me, so.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Nope.
No.
At least they can't tell that I'm trying to turn into a mouse.
Just
Your
looks
face
like
goes beet red as you strain.
He rolled a 1 on his wild,
Yes.
which took away his only 6.
Yes.
Otherwise, we would have had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But alas, the guards scoop you up.
Yep.
Two of them each grab one arm and basically haul you to your feet. They're carrying you in such a way that your feet only touches the ground once every 3 or 4 steps.
So, let me walk. I'll go with you.
Your friend Benedict is being frog marched right in front of you as well. What would you like to do, sir? Or will you go along quietly?
Benedict is going along quietly. This is as
And
discussed.
Grayson is going along quietly as well.
Demetrius is behind the corner cursing softly to his own mind. Like, what is going on? Why did they do this? Stupid, stupid.
Nothing is going as planned.
It's just a waste of time.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to turn something right there.
So you all are marched into the palace. You do not go upstairs as you did yesterday. You go down.
Yes.
And you are thrown into separate cells and locked up. And with that, we will go ahead and take a break.
If you like dungeons with dragons in them, check out Alzamo Soup.
Phil, there's no dragons in these books.
I'm trying to reach our target audience.
Hi, everybody. I'm Metz.
I'm Phil.
And we're the hosts of Alzamo Soup, a literary podcast that focuses on analyzing long-form speculative fiction, with a focus on the author Gene Wolfe.
We really like to dig into the novels, going real slow and analyzing every little aspect of these books.
Phil is so excited about it, he has a shovel with +3 to digging.
Is that okay?
No, that's not a
Is
stat
that
at
a
all.
thing? Can I go to the Dungeons and Dragons store in the Dungeons and Dragons game and buy a +3 shovel? Please, please, please say yes.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Here.
I'm gonna roll to buy the shovel.
You fail. There are no shovels to buy.
This is nothing like our podcast.
Absolutely not.
Listen to Alzamo Soup at alzamosoup.libsyn.com or where all fine podcasts can be found.
We're talking about iTunes.
And Spotify.
And we're back. We have 2 incarcerated individuals, one who's invisible. What is Mr. Invisible doing, Grayson?
Well, he is in the dungeon, invisible, but not in a cell. Are there any guards roaming around in the dungeon, or they've just pretty much been left in their cells?
There's a jailer at the entrance to the dungeon, but there's not people guarding individual cells.
It's not a very large dungeon.
No, it's not like the tower.
No.
The tower is where the really bad people
With
go.
4 cells.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's going to wait as long as he's able to.
How long would that be?
Is there a duration?
An hour?
During that hour, what are you going to be doing, Demetrius?
Well, I'm going to wait until they're a fair enough distance away, and then trail after, keeping well back and out of sight, because I know where they're going.
Brother Benedict, what do you do in yourself for the time that you're locked up?
Can I hear anybody else other than Jorus?
Not really.
Can I hear Jorus? Are these what do these cells look like?
Cells. Like, they've got a heavy wooden door.
Okay. So they're carved cells rather than fashioned cells.
No, they're like, the palace is made out of stone.
Yeah.
Like,
Stone
on top,
walls.
stacked on top of each other.
Stone walls with a wood door.
With a wooden door. No windows. No...
Was there a window in the door?
We'll say no. Because then you could turn into a mouse and scamper through that grating.
I could turn your mouse and scamper out of a hole, I'm sure. I mean, it's a
Benedict.
dungeon. They don't exactly keep it in pristine condition.
No.
Wait, so they're by separate cells, you mean it's totally closed off?
Yes.
Is there any light?
No. I'm imagining cell 1, like if there are 4 cells in this, there's like two on the left and 2 on the right. But Brother Benedict is in the first one on the left, and Jorus is on the second one on the right. So if they make an X, they're cat-a-corner.
Okay.
I believe Benedict is going to stick with the plan. He is going to stand at his door and shout, not over and over again, but every so often.
I have a message.
Are
Yes.
any of the other 2 doors open?
No.
We don't know if they're occupied. Or...
Correct.
Before the hour is up, Grayson is going to pick the lock of one of the other doors.
Okay.
All right, lock picking,
That's a wit skill.
which is better for Grayson anyway. 13, 14.
Okay, it's really hard to do when you're invisible because you're like got to be really quiet to try and do it.
I get plus 5 to my stealth
Yeah.
for
Oh,
invisibility.
okay. Did you add that +5 in?
No, that's for stealth only.
For stealth rolls.
Okay.
So to do it stealthily,
Yeah.
I would roll like
Go ahead and roll. Yeah.
be stealthy.
Your wild die likes me.
So it's regular, whatever difficulty you set, plus the stealth roll.
Yeah.
20, 30.
Yes.
Stealth.
Yes, you succeed.
Okay.
You're very stealthy. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You pour oil on the lock, you move it smoothly.
This thing's floating in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, Leviosa. Things happen. And the
There's
door
a Jedi
opens.
nearby.
Okay.
It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa.
Shut it, Hermione. We'll talk later.
He's gonna just ease it open.
It's not well oiled.
Okay.
It doesn't appear there's anybody in there.
And what does the jailer do at the?
Yeah, does the jailer notice the creak of the door?
Yes, he does. He actually comes back to the room and like grabs the door. He's looking at the lock, trying to figure out what
Yeah,
happened.
were you still standing in front of the door when the jailer came
Well, no, I wouldn't have just standing right in
Or
front
did
of
you
the
go
door.
inside the cell?
I did not go inside
Okay.
the cell.
Just checking.
What is going on? So he goes to pull the door closed. Like there's a
So he
ring-
doesn't go in?
No. You can push him in.
No, I'm not gonna push him in. He's gonna go out into the hallway and try and find some place where he's not visible, so that when he becomes visible, it's not a big shock.
I was like, I thought everywhere he was not visible.
He wants to turn visible so you can turn invisible again.
Okay, so you are able to find a small supply room that looks like it's not used very often.
What kind of supplies?
Mostly like foodstuffs for the dungeon.
Moldy bread.
Yeah, well, it's like I was thinking older bread, like salt
3-day-old
pork.
fish.
3-day-old fish. No, that's a delicacy for catering. Some
Any halfway decent food?
no, all the stuff looks like it's about to fall apart. Okay. Wormy.
That supply room is on the way from somebody coming to the dungeon, right?
That's
He's just
correct.
going to hide out in there for a little bit.
Okay. And while you're hiding out in there, we are going to go ahead and go back over to Demetrius and see what's going on with you.
I'm not gonna get arrested.
Woo!
I tried not to.
Well, you failed.
I did fail. I failed hard.
You fell.
It seems to be a theme for this campaign, Johnny.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I guess I'm going to get as close as I dare to the palace, scope out what the guard situation looks like on the outside.
The guards are all asleep, yawning where they stand.
Counting where they stand. No, they are not asleep. It actually appears that they're on high alert because there's this incursion in the cathedral. So as they were previously, there's a high number of guards at the main entrance. You would not be able to easily get past them unless you know some secret entrance, which you do not because you are not the one who would have that information.
I might know secret entrance or 3.
You know a secret exit?
Not from the dungeon.
He's never really spent a lot of time here except as a visitor.
Yes.
With probably hot pokers.
I know what he wants to do, but he can't do it because there's high alert going on. He's actually going to go back to the dome and search for anything that might help. Stealthily.
Do I know about your perfect recall? I don't recall.
I do not remember.
I don't think you've ever explicitly mentioned it anywhere.
Yes, I have.
Right?
Early on, there was a conversation we tried to remember.
But was it with Jorus? Or
No, Jorus was not there.
Then Jorus would not remember that.
The rest of us would.
Yes.
Which is why we didn't dispute you saying that you had really good memory. So I'll roll my sneak. 17.
Okay, you're being sneaky.
And I'll roll my search. 16. Basically scouting around the dome as best I can.
So you're not seeing anything. It's
For the doorway into the dome.
it's impenetrable. It's purple.
Do I see anything like shadows moving behind the surface or spots of light or...
There seems to be like an oil slick moving across it.
I'm afraid to touch it.
Pick up a stick.
I will grab a stick and scrape at it to see if anything comes off of the surface or if the stick goes in or anything like that.
The stick automatically turns into charcoal.
Drops immediately. Well, I know I can't touch it. I'm going to pick up a small stone and use my throwing. Just to see if it, like, bounces off or what happens.
Okay. You hit yourself in the head with the rock.
I rolled a 6.
No. So you toss the rock, and when it hits the impermeable shield wall, it disintegrates into dust.
I'm going to go to the Horologist Guild.
Okay.
To see if we have any iron.
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
The look of disgust on Jeff's face.
Like, how could I?
I think everybody forgets you is so effective.
Hi, I'm a horologist from out of town.
All right. And your name?
My name is Demetrius.
Okay. If you don't mind just writing it down in our visitor log, please. We like to keep track of visitors from out of town. It lets us know where to send the newsletter.
Dungeon cell number 3.
I just have a quick question.
Oh, all right then.
Do you know where the nearest smithy is?
There's one just down the road.
Oh, thank you. I just saw this shop first, and I was looking for a smithy. Being a horologist, I like to dabble with metals some, every now and again.
Just as long as you stay away from quicksilver, they say that makes you go crazy.
Fair enough. I try to steer away from that myself. Seen it do weird things before. Well, thank you, and I'll be on my way.
Okay.
Goes over to the smithy. Sneaks.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for sneaky.
That is some sneakiness. Oh,
It's not as sneaky as I wanted to be sneaky.
but still very sneaky.
So, 22.
You managed to sneak. Sneakily. And sneak some even.
I'm going to sneak around back to where they keep the stack of raw materials.
Okay.
And now I'm going to roll search
Okay.
for iron.
Okay.
Raw iron.
Yes.
Ugh.
11.
11. You find a lot of brass. You find a lot of copper. You find a lot of tin, but you do not find iron.
At the smithy?
Not at the horologist smithy.
No, I went to the other smithy.
Oh.
You went to one down the street.
The smithy.
The smithy,
Yeah.
where they deal with iron and steel.
Well.
Yeah, where they make horseshoes. And...
Oh, so that was
Yeah.
I was thinking that it was something that was that worked for the horologists.
Oh. Yeah, he was asking about the actual smith.
No, I was thinking. Sorry. So yeah, no actual iron or steel or anything like that.
I go to where I know the smithy is, like the real smithy that does knives and
Okay.
pots and things like that. And I'm gonna sneak through town.
Yay!
Oh,
Not very well.
No.
I got numbers.
So 5 plus 3 is 8.
8 plus 4
Plus
is
4 is
12.
12. So when you get to the smith's shop, there is a wanted poster on his door
With my face on it?
with all 4 of your faces on it.
Yeah, I'm going to remove that. Throw it in the back alley or something.
Okay.
Where there's a bucket of water or mud or something that will just destroy it.
Okay.
I'm going to sneak again around back to where they keep the extra stock of unforged metals.
And he changed his wild die.
Smart.
I got
Sometimes you just gotta do that.
10,
Yeah, Jordan. Sometimes you just gotta do
17 to sneak around.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A 17 to sneak around.
that. Johnny rolled a 1 on his sneak.
Sounds-
to steal Jordan's wild die.
Sounds fine.
And search. 19.
I don't like it when people touch my dice. Now I'll be extra mean to you.
Were the corners shaved? The corners have got to be shaved.
What did you get for your sneaky?
A 19 for my search.
Oh, for your search.
I snuck with a 17.
It looks like they actually, like the back of their shop looks pretty clean.
Mhm.
Looks like they keep it like in a basement.
Do I see what I'm looking for?
Metal?
Unforged iron.
Yes, but it's like chunks.
That's fine.
Okay.
I do have a small forge in my shop.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try to sneak over closer to where it is first.
Ooh, that's
Turn
6 on
invisible.
the wall.
Jeff has been rolling a lot of 6s on his wild tonight.
24.
All right, you're sneaky.
And I'm going to roll my pickpocket to snack it.
To snack
to
it?
snag it.
Iron. Yummy.
Ooh.
I think I see
10,
17.
17. Just grab it real quick.
Okay, you're not able to carry a lot because it's kind of heavy.
I don't need a lot. I just need enough to make a small pokey things. Or rods to whack things
Carry.
with. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it takes to kill these things. I just know that he said cold forged iron.
So it's about this size, about the size of, almost the size of a tennis ball.
Okay. Can grab maybe 4.
Okay. How are you going to carry them? Are you going to put them in your pockets?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my pockets. 'Cause
So it's
whatever I carry things in.
those will weigh your pockets down as you walk.
That's fine.
Make it harder for you to sneak.
19 to sneak away.
Okay. So where are you going to go?
I'm going to go where I know I have a hammer and an anvil at my shop.
At your shop?
But I'm not going to just walk in because I know that they've been looking. I'm gonna sneak. Stealthing all over this city.
You're doing a pretty good job at it.
Yeah.
Title of this episode?
23.
Jeff is sneaky.
23. That's good enough.
Good enough.
Now to roll my search to see if there's anyone hiding in my place. 20.
Yes, you can see people.
In my place.
Inside his shop.
Inside my shop.
Standing in front of the doors. Guards.
Well, that's why I was sneaking. Because I pretty much knew they were going to be there.
Why don't we go ahead and leave you facing this conundrum?
Yep.
And we'll go ahead and go back to our cellies. Our 2 imprisoned and 1 invisible amigo.
Well, he's not invisible anymore.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause his
It's
hour
like-
is up, hiding in the moldy bread closet.
Yes.
Hey! I have a message!
How long have we been?
You've been shouting that for an hour, so it's part of like, hey, I have a message!
Can I have some
He's not-
water?
And that's why I said not continuously shouting, every so often.
Yeah.
Hey!
How long have we been in here?
So we'll say that you've been in there about 45 minutes or so. It's
Okay.
not very long because you had your magic up the whole way through
Yeah.
the town and
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
So I would say about 45 minutes. Is there an amount of time that you have to wait between?
It doesn't say.
Okay. So if you want to just give it a few minutes to like collect your breath.
Yep.
And then do it again. You're more than welcome to try.
So when the guard walked in to check the cell, did he react to me yelling that I have a message?
No.
Okay.
He's been told to ignore you.
Okay.
I'm going to wait until if there's been nobody down to see us after like 2 hours, then I'll try to do something. But I'm just going to wait, see if Liverich ever comes down.
Okay. You just want to hang out in the moldy bread closet?
I'm hoping somebody comes down soon.
Okay. I'll say in about 20 minutes the guards change.
Lowly guards. Alright, so just one guard comes, and then the other guard that was in there
The
leaves?
original guard leaves, the new guard stays.
Alright, well, he's going to try and go invisible again, and see what happens from there.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good. 26 good.
No.
Keep missing it by 1. No, Grayson is tired of waiting.
Because at some point they're gonna have to feed us.
Grayson is tired of waiting, so he's going to use another character point.
Yeah.
get-
I was gonna say because if you just wait, you can roll again.
Is there a limit on many times I can try?
We'll say you can try 2 more times.
Okay, so I'll do that first then. Okay, so I'm gonna try again. 25, good.
27 is just really hard.
20. I'm going the wrong way. 23. I'm going the wrong way. No.
So yeah, you're standing there. No. Apparently, you need some kind of stress or something to be able to do this properly.
I'm gonna on this last one. I have no choice. I'm gonna drop a character hero point on it,
Okay.
which brings me to
0 hero points.
0 hero. Yes, thank you, Johnny. I was going for more dice
I
total,
know.
which actually makes it
Yeah, I know.
to invisible. And then I have an hour, so I'm going to explore, not back to the dungeon, but up.
Well, the palace seems to be pretty much in siege mode at this point. Like, there are guards pretty much at all the major intersections of the hallways and in the major, like the atrium and the big rooms that you would come across. You would find soldiers at the ready.
Since I have no idea where to look, but he wants to try and find Liverich.
Yeah, you wouldn't know where Liverich's
Yeah.
rooms are because
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
his room wasn't on the room that Alcim Hall we were in before. So
Not like the White House. You don't get tours of it on a regular
the
basis.
You Are Here maps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try and find the place where we were waiting before in the meeting room where the council was meeting.
Okay. Yeah, you
The
can
privy,
find that.
the privy council.
The Privy Council, yes. You can find that pretty easily.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything to see if
No one's there.
no one's there?
You do overhear some people down the hallway talking about the emergency meeting in Parliament.
Which is not in the palace, right?
Correct.
All right. He's gonna go back to the dungeon,
Back to the dungeon! Yay!
and he's gonna try and cast something else.
You're
Yay! I'm in
excused.
the dungeon again. Oh wait. So he's gonna get close enough to the guard, but still be sort of out of sight,
Okay.
sight line of the guard. So
Like if the guard is standing at a pillar, he'll try and be on the other side of the pillar.
and he's going to cast Slumber on the guard. It's 10 resist roll against wit.
Okay, so well we know how strong that is. I rolled a 7.
17. 17. That's 12, 17, that's 5. It's 22.
He leans up against the wall and his head hits his chest. You hear a pretty loud buzzsaw snore starting up.
There's no need to be invisible at the moment. He's going to go over to this doors where the two are being held and to knock on first Benedict's door. He's like, Brother Benedict,
Who's out there?
this is Grayson.
Grayson, how'd you get in here?
By picking some locks.
Oh, good. Why don't you pick this one too?
I plan to because apparently there's a emergency parliament meeting, which is probably where Liverich is,
Oh,
and is not going to be back here probably for a while.
okay, so we're going there to talk to him.
Hopefully, so he's going to try and pick the locks.
Okay.
Nope. I got a 7 to pick Benedict's lock.
We'll say that doesn't work.
Doesn't work. So he's going to try again.
I'm assuming
flew out.
they were. I'm assuming when they were talking to each other through the door, they were like talking
Yeah.
in hushed tones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I couldn't hear exactly what was going on.
25.
Okay. That's successful.
And so he opens the door, motions for Benedict to come out,
Hey! Good to see you.
and he's like whispering. He's like, "Should we get Jorus out too, or should we just leave him?" He kind of chuckles.
and Benedict kind of laughs and doesn't say anything.
And he's just gonna go over and start to pick the lock.
Yes, camaraderie.
I've been buying drinks for you guys, food.
Oh, he does not pick the lock. Probably 9.
Not high enough.
Okay.
Do I hear the lock?
You hear something moving in the lock, yes.
That's
About time. 'Cause I don't know what she is, so.
31.
That lock just magically opens up.
Door swings open. See Grayson. Like, you're welcome. Let's get out of here.
Oh. Not who I thought was there, but thank you very much.
We need to go to Parliament.
Let me guess. Liverich is there.
Most likely.
You got in here. You have a plan for getting out past the guards?
This is the palace. You should have the plan for getting out of here.
I have a few options.
Okay.
I don't know the conditions, but we can check them out.
Do we still have our stuff with us? Did they, like... I hate asking
Well,
this
you
question.
gave him your staff.
Right, but the rest of our...
Yeah, like my sword, crossbow.
They probably would have confiscated that stuff.
Yeah.
I still have my stuff.
Yes. I wouldn't know where they would typically put prisoners' gear. That would be on the way out of the dungeon area.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I want to stop there. And...
Okay.
Okay.
And Grayson is going to close all the doors and relock them.
Okay. You could cast like voice onto the door. No, if you had it.
Yeah.
Cast voice on the door of Benedict. I have a message.
Every 10 minutes.
Illusion.
Illusion is just
sight.
sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Perception's in the mind of the affected.
This is perception in the mind, so I guess it could be voices. I'm not going to do it though.
Because it probably lasts only for concentration duration.
Trying to think where the
Yeah.
closest.
Concentration, yeah, with a 50-foot radius.
I guess I want to check the closest hidden exit. 16.
Okay. Describe it to me.
there's actually a hidden door at the end of the hallway to the dungeon.
Okay. Where would that lead?
It leads down into a tunnel.
Okay.
It's one of the spy masters' official Royal Spy Guild. And there's about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's not something the guard would know about at all. And so it leads down into a tunnel, which then the tunnel would lead to the rear side of the palace.
Right.
Just outside the walls.
All right. It sounds like you'd be able to make it out pretty easily. It's not well known by the actual military staff of the
No.
palace.
Maybe the former captain of the guard.
Yeah, but he's long dead. So, well, as you guys sneak out of the palace, we will go ahead and take a quick break. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Bone Throwers Theater. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Our cast is Aaron, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, and Jordan. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means that you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is @bonethrowerstheater, and also you can look us up on Facebook and Google+. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.